Let's look at the dashboard's weekly agenda timeline. So we scan down a bit. You see this timeline tool. It's labeled weekly agenda. So it shows all of the activities scheduled for the week chronologically. So we see we're starting on Monday, or rather Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way to the end of the week. We can reverse sort this so that we're going in reverse order from Saturday to Sunday. So each of the items along the timeline is an event or an activity scheduled for the week. So an activity might be a follow-up, an action item, a job. It could be an invoice, a quote, a phone call, an email, anything that's going on that week. At the top, we see that there are 42 events scheduled for this week, the second week of February. To see what was scheduled last week, we can click back a week and see that there are 44 events last week. So you can go week by week, seeing what activity your company had. You can also go forward and see what's going on next week and what's scheduled the following week. So the weekly agenda gives you a timeline of all the important activity for the week. We can look at just particular types of activity by selecting, for example, jobs. We see we have 30 jobs scheduled for the week. Or we could look at perhaps just the action items scheduled for the week. We see that we have 9 of these. If you're interested in invoices, select invoices. You see that there are 11 invoices for the week. You can see that who the invoices are for, where the customer is, and the status of the invoice. There's several other options, for example, call logs. So we can see that we've logged 6 phone calls with customers. And another option would be to look at, for example, notes. So we can see that we've added notes 78 times. You can see all the customers that we've added notes for. All right, I'll go back to the agenda view. Now, each of the items in the timeline are live. And by live, I mean you can click on them and bring up more information. So if you click on job 968, that job pops up, and you can see all the detail and make any changes or learn anything that you need to learn about this job. Similarly with an action item, if we click on the action item, the customer for which that action item is due pops up, and we can click on the customer list and see what needs to be done. So the weekly agenda and other timeline views are a great way to manage your business week by week. It's similar to a scheduler, a little bit different, and it's really a matter of preference. I find that I like the timeline to see how things are going on a week-by-week basis, and I often go back to the schedule to get a slightly different mental view of things. I go back and forth between the two. I find them both to be, quite useful and complementary.